engage with organic foods, you have to consider all those factors I mentioned to really look at whether organic foods are more nutritious or healthier than conventionally grown ones. So, what have we seen so far? We have, if we look at nutrient content of these organic foods, some studies have found higher levels of certain nutrients in organic product. For example, when we looked at a 2014, that's earlier meta-analysis, meaning that we took a whole lot of studies across the board. They reported higher amounts of antioxidants in organic crops compared to conventional ones. So they realize, or they have reported, eating organic foods, fruits and vegetables could increase your antioxidant intake by 20 to 40%. Organic strawberries have more nutrients and antioxidants than conventional ones. So this is what you have to look at. Bear in mind, I'm saying you have to have a full dietary pattern to really get what we are talking about. So we know for sure that organic foods have higher antioxidant contents. And I could tell you it has to do with the stress level of the plant. And I guess people like Dr. Kumbeku and Mortley and the others could tell you all about that because they don't use pesticides, or I shouldn't say they don't use pesticides, but the pesticides they use allow more stress. So we know for sure that they have higher antioxidants. We know for sure organic tomatoes have a higher content of vitamin C. We have seen that all over. We have tested them in our labs. We know that one for sure. Again, this bullet here is just another study showing how much more antioxidants they have. We know that organic berries contain 58% more antioxidants and 52%. So the buildup is there. We know antioxidants are important in health to fight inflammation and to reduce oxidative stress. An early study done by Friends of the Earth showed that switching to an organic diet decreased levels of cancer-causing glyphosate. And that's the main ingredient in one of the common pesticides. And it decreased it by 70%. So we are very sure of these things. The studies are coming in, those are okay. When we look at organic and conventional meat products, we see that organically grown foods have a nicer or healthier fatty acid profile. So that is kind of good. And if you look at my second bullet, it's saying that when we look at all the organic meats across board, we saw that they had similar saturated fatty acid, which we don't too much want. They had lower monounsaturated fatty acids and higher of the PUFAs, which are the polyunsaturated fatty acids, which we really want. So the organic foods are good at that. We are looking at meat. When we look at meat, organically grown meat, they have higher contents of omega-3 fatty acids. And we know if we look at our TV, we are seeing all those ads and all those things being sold about omega-3s. Omega-3s have healthy benefits like reducing heart disease and all that. And then these studies are coming in. If we look at this study that had about roughly 600 people, they said that when they use organic food, they reported improve health and better mental health and all that. But again, as we look, the other 30% of the people in the study saw no benefits. So you have to weigh them. If we look at some other findings, we are seeing that, there are no significant differences. So we have it coming both ways, those that are plenty and those that are not seeing any differences. Looking at organic milk, that one is well established. We have more antioxidants. We have higher amounts of omega-3 fatty acids. We have more vitamins. Similarly, we have higher iron minerals, your vitamin E, which is another antioxidant, your carotenoids. But we have to know that when we do the organics, it has less selenium and iodine, which are important nutrients that we need. So you have to think about it. Dr. Kumbleku alluded to the nitrate levels. Again, in the organically grown crops, we have lower levels of nitrates, 30% lower than those grown in there. High nitrate levels are associated with increased risk of certain types of cancer. And then we have this condition that occurs in infants if the nitrate content is too high. There is some evidence, I'm going to run through really quick the health benefits. When we look at, again, you notice I'm distinguishing between single foods, whole diet patterns. These clinical trials, this first one looked at single food. So they replaced single food items in the diet, organic for conventional, right? They saw no difference. This one did a whole diet substitution. So it meant that all your foods in your diet were organic. And they used a Mediterranean diet. They switched in. First, your diet was conventionally grown food, 14 days. And then we did another 14 days with organically grown food. The findings, again, they saw increase for the organic, increased antioxidant, body weight reduction, and improved body composition. Again, another study looking at pregnant women. A lot of the organic work has been done with pregnant women. And this cohort study, they found that women who ate organic foods often and mostly had lower risk of preeclampsia. And I think that has to do compared to those who never did. Again, another pregnancy study, they saw that the organic food, as they fed them the diet, they had more favorable pre-pregnancy BMI, your body mass index, lower prevalence of gestational diabetes, and we keep seeing that they were comparing them to people without organic. And we keep seeing this happening all the time. We see that these pregnant women had better intakes, lower intakes of their trans fatty acids and so on. And we keep going. We see, again, we had 2 observational studies in that one that I reviewed. And they looked at organic food consumption and cancer, and they saw that there was a 25% reduced risk of developing cancer, especially postmenopausal cancer. And this goes on about the cancer risk. And all we were seeing in these studies is positive things, reduction of your risk. The main ingredient in pesticide, I talked about that. This is decreased cancer risk. Organic foods, obesity and overweight, or overweight and obesity, again, we are seeing decreased risk of being overweight if you are on an organic diet, your whole diet pattern. I want to stress, again, lower obesity rates and body mass index women who eat, pregnant women again who ate more organic foods, lower BMI. So there are many studies coming out. We look at it in terms of diabetes. We are seeing if you are consuming organics, your risk of type 2 diabetes lower, and so on and so on. So these are the studies.